to Gabbing with Jessa. Today's video, a good one I think to start with the beginning of the year, is my most anticipated movies of 2023. You know, I could list 10 top ones, I could list 5, but I decided because we're going into the year 2023, and since the pandemic, I think film has just skyrocketed. I think it is back to where we used to be. I was talking about it with a friend the other day, and I said this is probably one of my favorite years of film since like 2019, which makes sense. I mean, we had the pandemic, everything was shut down, and I feel like 2022 was the time to get back to theaters, the time to experience movies again. And now for 2023, I am even more excited. Because I am so excited, I decided to list my top 23 most anticipated movies for 2023. Some of these may be pushed to 2024, I'm hoping not, but with my research and what I've done so far, it seems like all of these are going to come out in 2023, so that's why I'm going to mention them here. But just as a little disclaimer, some of them, usually in the movie industry, might get pushed. Also, not all movies have been announced yet, or they're kind of keeping them on the down low, so I may not be super aware of them either, but I wanted to put this out here for now, just the ones that have been announced that are most likely going to happen in 2023, and I am just so excited for these. And these are going to be listed in no particular order, just kind of the order that I thought of them in for various different reasons. In the first one, I think probably one of the most talked about ones, especially since the teaser trailer dropped, is the Barbie movie. I have my Come On Barbie, Let's Go Party sweatshirt in honor of it. This is going to be starring Margot Robbie, and it's directed by Greta Gerwig. I know that it is a movie about, you know, a product or a company, but this looks like it's going to be so much fun. And I think, you know, we just need a good, silly, fun movie. I think it's going to be great. I don't really think it's going to be bad. They have a stacked cast. They seem to really be pulling in just a lot of inspiration. From that first teaser trailer, I think the production design is going to be excellent. It's going to have all the different Barbie dream houses, and as a Barbie girl growing up, I am just so excited for this movie. I don't think that I am more excited for any other movie. I'm just more so curious as well, like, what the heck is this movie going to be about? I kind of have an idea. In a way, it kind of sounds like the Lego movie, but like, I love the Lego movie, so I'm excited for this, and I can't wait to see what comes of it. Releasing on that same day that I'm still very excited for is Oppenheimer by Christopher Nolan. This is going to be a movie focusing on the Manhattan Project. It's going to be big, it's going to be loud, it's going to be explosive. Apparently they actually set off like a nuclear bomb, which, like, sure, Nolan, go ahead, do whatever you want, I guess. But I am also very excited for this movie because I'm excited to see Josh Peck. Like, I grew up with Drake and Josh and all those good shows, and the fact that he's going to be in this movie, honestly, I'm pretty excited for it. So, yes, Oppenheimer, releasing the same day as Barbie. Let me know in the comments down below, which order should I see them in? Should I see, like, Barbie and then go see Oppenheimer? Or should I start with Oppenheimer and then, you know, end it with Barbie? You know, let me know. Let me know down in the comments below. Next movie that I am excited for, that I plan to make my entire personality for the next month, because, oh my gosh, I'm just realizing, like, as I'm like recording this, it's only like a month away until this movie comes out. But that is Knock at the Cabin from M. Night Shyamalan. No, I'm not a huge like Shyamalan stan or anything like that. I haven't seen all his movies. I've seen, you know, the ones I should see from him, and I unfortunately saw the one I shouldn't see from him. Why I'm so excited about this movie is because Knock at the Cabin was filmed in my hometown in New Jersey, and that just makes me so happy. So everything that you see in those trailers is all shot in southern New Jersey, specifically my small hometown, and it's super cool. And the only reason I found out that this movie was being shot in my hometown was because the Facebook moms were complaining about like the traffic or something like that on Facebook, and I love that. I love that the way I found out that this huge director with huge stars was filming a movie in my small town was because Facebook moms were complaining. And I just think that's poetic. So yeah, I'm super excited for this movie. mostly because of it being in my hometown. I also love Dave Bautista. It's great to see Rupert Grint on the big screen again. And I think it's going to be a good time. Oh, and Jonathan Groff as well. Love Jonathan Groff. Also coming out in February, Knock at the Cabin's coming out in February, and also this movie's coming out in February, and that is Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumanium. I am a huge Ant-Man fan. I love Paul Rudd. I have his, Sexiest Man Alive People cover literally right there. I'm just a huge fan of him. I think it's going to be great. I know that some people are getting sick and tired of seeing the trailer, and even in the trailer, I can see just some things that it just seems like the way that we get to the quantum realm does seem a little kind of but I don't care. I'm excited for it. I love it. I'm excited to see Jonathan Majors as Kang the Conqueror, really see him, because I know he showed up in Loki, but I'm really excited to see him now and see what he does with this character. It's going to be a good time. Another movie I am excited to see is Wonka, starring Timothée Chalamet. I believe this is also coming from the director of Paddington 2, which their name is escaping my mind right now, but did we ask for another Willy Wonka story? No. But we're getting a musical version starring Timothée Chalamet. You know what? I'm okay with that. I'm excited. It's like Barbie. I'm intrigued by it. I'm very much anticipating this because I don't know what to expect. And I'm excited for that. And I am also very much excited to see Asteroid City. It is Wes Anderson's 11th installment. I am a huge Wes Anderson fan. I do have a ranking of all of his movies after The French Dispatch came out last year, so if you want to go see that, I'll have that linked so you can go check it out. But it's Wes Anderson. It has a stacked cast. Need I say more? I'm also really excited to see Killers of the Flower Moon, which is a Scorsese and DiCaprio joint, but also I knew it because I believe it was a Book of the Month pick way long ago. I have a lot of videos I want to do focusing on Book of the Month, and that's why the title stood out to me before I figured out it was Scorsese and before I figured out it was DiCaprio. I still have yet to read the book. I'm doing it for one of my challenges, but this movie has been pushed off. It was supposed to come out last year, but now it's going to come out this year. And so because of the connection with Book of the Month and me already being interested in it because of the book reason, I love it when books get translated to film, especially when they're done well. And I don't think Scorsese can screw this up, or DiCaprio. And yeah, I'm excited for that as well. It was supposed to be a big hit this year. It didn't end up coming out. Well, I guess now it's 2023, so it was supposed to be a big hit last year in 2022. But it didn't end up coming out. Totally fine, but that makes me more excited for it now. I'm also looking forward to Dune Part 2. I read the book. We actually read it for the Interstellar Book Club, so I will have that linked down below, our live chat for that. You can check it out. I was really shocked after reading Dune and then watching Part 1 and hearing people say they were disappointed. I was surprised that they were splitting it up because I knew how much build-up was more so in the first part rather than actual action, which is all coming in the second part, because the book itself is divided into 3 sections, Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. I think this is going to be a trilogy. Don't quote me on that. Denis Villeneuve, let me know if it's going to be 3 parts. I heard it was 3 parts, but then I also heard it was 2 parts. It would make sense if it was 3 parts because the book's divided into 3 parts, but are you going to get people to stay around? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? The first one was such a big hit, and I know that some people complained that it was very much just world building and setup and stuff, but I'm yeah, but just wait until you get to the other parts, because that's what's going to be fun about it. And so I'm also a completionist. Even if I don't complete things for years down the line, I need to see everything. I need to read everything in a series. I need to complete it to the end. I am also excited for the new Disney Pixar movie Elemental. The trailer just looks so cute. I think that Wade and Ember are going to be such adorable protagonists to follow. And it's a Disney Pixar joint. I mean, they did great with Turning Red. Lightyear was fine. And so I'm just excited to see what they do with this. I just love the trailer. The trailer gets me excited. It looks so cute. I can't wait. On the exact opposite spectrum from that, though, I am also very excited for Cocaine Bear, because it is a bear that's taken cocaine. What more do I need to say? It's gonna be stupid, probably, but I'm gonna have a great time with it. I can already tell. And it's based on a real event. How can that not be fun? Come on. Another movie similar to Killers of a Flower Moon that's just been getting pushed off and pushed off and pushed off that I'm still very excited for is Next Goal Wins. This is from Taika Waititi, and Michael Fassbender, I believe, is going to be the star. I think the original star was Armie Hammer, so that's why I got put off for a bit. But this is following a soccer team that I think makes it to the World Cup for the very first time. I don't want to read too much into it because I'm that sucker that always, when it's based on real events, I always look it up before the movie actually ends or before I even see the movie because I want to know what happens. And I'm trying not to do that with this because it is based on real events. I'm trying to just go in knowing nothing because I think that makes it more fun. I am also very excited for Shazam! Fury of the Gods. This is the sequel to the first Shazam movie. I know that the DCEU, which I don't really follow necessarily, is in shambles. I know that it's going through a rebranding period, which is fine. I think James Gunn is going to do an amazing job with it. But now, it's just weird to see this movie now because you think everyone's basically going to be recast. And so how is that going to play into this? I don't really know. But I love Zachary Levi. I will see anything with Zachary Levi in it, and that is the main reason why I'm going, and the main reason why I'm excited for it. Another superhero movie that I am excited for is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. That trailer made me want to cry. I feel like the whole movie is just going to be very sad. It's going to be James Gunn's kind of swan song to not only the Guardians franchise, but most likely Marvel as well, now that he's in charge over at Warner Brothers for DC. And so I feel like this is going to be a very emotional movie. And I thought the second one was an emotional movie too. And I'm excited to see where this story is going to go. I'm a little skeptical just because of how Marvel has been just pumping out content. And I think that has contributed to not some of my favorite things or way too many things in this last phase going on. And so I still think Guardians is still going to be like that peak that it usually is. Also, I'm excited. When I was doing research for this coming out, I realized that Joaquin Phoenix is going to be like Napoleon. That sounds like fun. I'm very pumped for that. I heard rumors this might not come out till 2024, but I'm going to put it here because look at this poster. I don't know why. This is just drawing me in. I haven't seen any footage from it. I haven't, heard much about it, but it was this poster and Joaquin Phoenix. What more do you need? Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is also finally coming out this year. I'm glad that they pushed it off. I think they needed it more because it was supposed to come out this past October. I think they pushed it off more so for the animators, and whenever that is the reason why something is getting pushed off, I will 100% agree with. People need time and lives to make this project great, and so every trailer I watch just gets me so excited, and it's going to be a good time. I love the first one. This one's going to be great too. I'm also a huge A24 fan, and another A24 and Joaquin Phoenix movie that's coming out is Beau is Afraid. This was originally titled Disappointment Boulevard, and I think it was supposed to be like 3.5 hours long, and I think A24 is telling them to cut that down, which I agree with. Movies are getting way too long now. I'm okay with it if it doesn't feel like it's 3 hours long, but when it does feel like it's 3 hours long, it just feels like it's 3 hours long, you know what I mean? But they did change the title of it. I don't know why. I don't know if Disappointment Boulevard was just kind of a placeholder before they actually came up with the name, but again, it's a Joaquin Phoenix joint. I'm excited for it. Also, another one that I don't think is necessarily going to be a great movie, but is definitely going to be a fun movie that's already getting men triggered on Twitter is 80 for Brady. This movie is going to be so much fun. It's just 4 old ladies going to the Super Bowl. Apparently it's based on real events, and it's just going to be a silly, stupid, fun time. Just let them have fun. I've just already been seeing people saying on Twitter, it's like, oh, this movie's going to be stupid. Why are these women acting this way? And it's like, no one's trying to say that's going to be the next Best Picture winner. They're just there to have a good time. And so I'm excited for this movie. The trailer's getting a little old. I have seen it basically in front of every movie that I've gone to see recently. I don't care though. It's going to be fun, and you can see me in that theater on day one, I will be there because it's just I can't wait. Every time the trailer comes on, I just smile. And it's gonna be so much fun. Another one that is probably going to be pretty divisive, which I don't see why because it is a children's movie, is the new live-action Little Mermaid. I don't really see why we need to keep making all these live-action remakes because we have the originals right there, especially when you essentially copy and paste them and make the same exact movie. But I still think it's going to be gorgeous. I think Halle Berry has a beautiful voice. I just said Halle Berry. And I feel like a lot of people are going to make that mistake too. Halle Bailey. I think she has an absolutely beautiful voice. And I still think it's going to be fun. Little Mermaid's a great movie. I don't know why people are complaining so much about it. Especially when it's not made for them. Also, another movie that I don't think a lot of people are talking about, but that definitely has pulled me in because it has been in front of a lot of movies I've seen recently, is Chevalier? I don't know. This movie right here with the dueling violins. Now, this looks like so much fun. It's about Marie Antoinette is one of the main characters, and it's about this black violin player that gets accepted to, I guess, play for Marie Antoinette or be like the conductor for the French band or something like that. Honestly, I don't really know much for the trailer. Again, I like to go into things blind. That's just how I want to approach more things so I can enjoy them more and like the story more. But I don't know, there's like a moment where the main character and another guy get into like a violin duel, and I think that's just how we need to solve more problems nowadays. I think the costuming looks great, many drivers in it, so that's going to be a good time. And I just think it looks beautiful too. I think the costuming looks beautiful. It reminds me a lot of Cyrano, which I did not get as much credit as it should have. Cyrano was amazing. But honestly, like, that trailer pulled me in. So I'm anticipating it. I'm waiting for it. Another one that I was not expecting, but that is coming out this year, or maybe not, I guess it just depends on what happens, is A Haunting in Venice, which is another Agatha Christie, Kenneth Branagh's the detective kind of guy. And I mean, if we just get another iconic moment, like enough champagne to fill the Nile, then how can you not want to go see this? I think that sounds amazing. Now, I haven't heard much about it. Obviously, Kenneth Branagh is going to be in it as the main detective, whose name is currently slipping my mind. I don't know. I love like these murder mystery kind of things. I love Agatha Christie. I love, like what Rian Johnson is doing with the Knives Out mysteries. And so how could you not be excited for something like that? Again, I don't have a lot of information on it. This is just when I was researching movies coming out this year, this was something that said. So it could potentially get pushed back to 2024, but I saw it was coming out this year, so I'm going to trust it, and I'm going to be excited for it. Another movie that I've heard more so in like the Oscar circuit that's potentially coming out this year that I think will be very good is The Color Purple. This is going to be a remake of the original story by Alice Walker. I think her is going to be the main character, and so that's exciting as well. But again, I haven't heard much about like release dates or other characters and things like that. I know that this is coming out, but whether it comes out in 2023 or 2024 is a big question mark as of right now. But it seems like it's going to be coming out this year, so that's why I'm going to put The Color Purple on here as well. I thought the first movie version of it was amazing and beautiful, and I can't wait to see what they're going to do with it now. Alrighty, you all knew this one was probably coming, but I'm really excited for the Super Mario Bros. Movie, sorry. Say what you will about Chris Pratt. I just saw someone on Twitter put like his voice for Mario, saying it sounded like Linda Belcher, and now I can't get that out of my mind. So that aside, I think it actually looks like a pretty good video game movie. With the Sonic movies, both of which I love, I think they're really starting to realize like what is important and how to make video game movies work, unlike what has been done in the past. And the trailer, both of them really pulled me in. Again, Chris Pratt aside, I think the this is really going to be a good story. I think Jack Black as Bowser sounds amazing. Honestly, Charlie Day as Luigi, I think that's a perfect casting. And so, do I wish that the original voice actors had their roles? Absolutely. Most of them, I think, are all still alive, so they should still be able to have their roles. But in this day and age where we like to see celebrities doing voiceovers and things like that, I think this is still a pretty good cast. I think that the story's actually pretty good, just from what the trailers seem like it's going to give us. Like, I'm excited for it. And finally, the last movie that I'm anticipating for the year 2023 is Mastro. This is going to be Bradley Cooper. I believe he is also directing it and starring in it, so this is going to be his second movie coming out. From the looks of it, I believe it is about a conductor. There was also rumors this was shot somewhere near my hometown in South Jersey, but that, I think, is just rumors. But he was spotted in the small little town bar that we have, which, if you know which one I am talking about, because you're from my small town, you know that that is not a hot spot for people outside of the neighboring, like, 2 other cities of the population of, like, 7,000 that we have there would go to. So I'm pretty excited for it. I want to see what Bradley Cooper can do again. Actually, I haven't seen A Star is Born, so I don't know how he is as a director, but people seem to love that movie. And so, why not? Why not be excited for him? And there you go. There are 23 movies with very basic and brief definitions on what's going to be taking place during them. Again, I'm trying to go into more things blind this year and just see how that takes me, how that goes. So I don't want to know a whole lot about them. Some of them I know more than others because I have done more research on them, but I'm going to try to stop that. So that way I can be just as fun and excited and entertained and questioning as other people may be. But what other movies are you excited for that are coming out in the year 2023 or that are hopefully coming out in 2023? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, keep on gabbing.